I left it after that, bro, yeah? I left it completely. I even came to Sarah before I put up that video. I came to him here. Gary was there. Gary can confirm to you what I'm saying is truth or not, yeah? And I came to him in a non-threatening way to begin with. And I said to him, Sarah, please, do you mind if me and you just go over there and just talk alone? Just as when I went to Callum originally and people were coming to film, I said, no, please. Yeah? Raspik can confirm that. Inshallah, Raspik can confirm that. Gary was there and I said, please, can I talk to you alone? Why? I wanted to say to Sarah, please, can you stop these videos in your car? You slagging me off all the time saying I'm a coward, I back down, So he didn't do that. So that's when some people started pulling me off. I was pushing them away from me. It looked as if I was in that kind of hold me back situation. I'm not that guy, bro.
Brother, listen.
Go on.
You said I was there?
Yes, go on.
Now, tell me, I'm going to tell you a lie now. Now this is Ramadan, yes?
Yes.
You said that you would break your fast right now to go 10 bells of Sarah. Did you say that?
No, take the context. Gary,
no, I know.
Gary,
but you did say
Gary, if you know Gary
addressed the
context of everything before.
I know.
Why did I say no? Why did I go to this point? Why?
Okay,
why is that not addressed? Why is it always spotlight when you see me break a sweat?
Okay, cool.
Why is there no spotlight on what aggravated me? Yes, I was aggravated. Listen. Look, I'm talking to the camera. Listen, me and you, we've never had a confrontation. AR23, Michael, me and him had a confrontation and we shook it off. We had it out. We spoke like men. We had Ebony and Ivory playing in the background. It was all banter. It was all fun and games and laughter, yeah? I'm not the kind of guy that goes around saying that I'm some anything, bro. With Sarah, no problem, brother, no problem. With Sarah, he aggravated the situation. He did. Wallah, he did. He aggravated it. When he come up to me, when I said to him, come and talk to me alone, he came with a camera on, with COE's camera on. This is before I knew Leon and his team, yeah? With COE camera on, hooded up, with gloves on, coming up to me. Like, he's bad. Listen, he can do that again if he wants. Like, I don't fear, just like Hamid said, I'm going to say the same thing. I fear no man but Allah. I'll say to the cameras again, this is wallahi, this is not to make myself look bad. I believe that Sarah is a blatant coward, and what I'm saying to you is this: bear man like you, let me finish, please, bro. Yeah, please. Thank you so much. Bear man like you, AR23, Michael here. When I see you lot, I look at you in your face. You're not cowards, and a man can tell a man. Unless you can stand there and tell me, Mo, you're a coward. I'll say, alright, cool. If you think I'm a coward, you think I'm a coward. Yeah, but Sarah is a coward. And we are all fighting. It's like, you know what it's like? It reminds me of old school tribes in Arabia or in Africa or anywhere in the world that fight over women and respecting their honor. If he's a big man, the way people keep saying he's a big man, then why doesn't he come? Look, bro, I'm telling you now, wallahi, if Sarah comes, I will talk to him gently, with respect and honor like a man. Wallahi, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want it, bro. You know you when you talk, wallahi, I see sometimes you talk with a passion and with some sincerity in what you're saying. He doesn't do that, bro. He comes, he puts a video on when he knows that I will address him. He wants to fight me. He wants to come and say, I will fight him in a car park. You're saying that just like what you said, yeah, that you're not going to get any incriminating evidence of you to go and do some law against the law in a car park. I went up to him after that and I said, listen, leave your cameras aside and let's talk like men, innit? And he doesn't want that, bro. He puts a video up and says, Mo's a coward. If I'm a coward, where are you? Like, why are you standing? I'm telling you, the guy that you are defending, you are a man. You are a man. He's a man. I'm a man. We are all men. Sarah's not a man.
Can I just say to you? Let me just say to you. First and foremost, I defend your right to have any opinion that you want of Sarah, and that's fine because that's your subjective opinion of Sarah. However, let me just say this: there are different types of war and there are different types of cowardice. The person that you described Sarah as, I don't see that person because now this is my opinion, even though it's subjective. Let me tell you what I see. I see a clever man, a man who is married, a man who has 2 children, a man who has responsibilities, a man whose responsibilities include paying his bills, putting food on the table and ensuring that his children have a father to come home to at night. A little bit of what you're speaking about, with the greatest respect, sounds a little bit like when we was at school. Somebody said this, so let's meet round the back of the bike park so we can have a fist up. That works when you're 16, 17, 18. Give me a second, I mean. When you're 36, when you're 35, 36, and you're trying to enable a 36-year-old married man with 2 children to come out to put his best interest to one side to fulfill what you believe is your perception of a man. You understand? I believe that's where you're mistaken. I don't believe that Sarah is a coward at all. In fact, I know as a statement of fact that he is not a coward. This is where the danger lies. Yeah? And hear me out a second. Because you perceive him to be a coward, and 1 or 2 other people may well perceive him to be a coward. Let's just say, for example, that he is not a coward, and you're not a coward, and then a clash comes. What's going to happen? Let me tell you what's going to happen. One person probably lives injured, the other person probably dies for his injury. The person who lives goes to prison, probably is going to have to do a minimum of 25. You understand? Whilst he's in jail. He loses any ability to be free again in this life, to be a father if you're not married yet, to have the ability to be married, to have the ability to have children. So when we have to be very careful when we have all of this YouTube stuff. This is the reason why I scrubbed my stuff, because I saw where this was going to go, and not just from me. What I saw was that there were other people who loved me who would have taken separate action, which I would never have supported under no circumstances. In fact, there was one guy when we was over with Hamza, and he came and there was 3 or 4 of them, and he said, "It's okay, bro. It's okay, big bro. We're with you when it kicks." And I went to them, "Hey, you watching in the camera?" I said, "No. We deal with this intellectually, yeah, because the fighting thing is too easy. So when you're going to be, there's a cognitive dissonance with you, Muhammad. I'm telling you the truth, because you can't on one hand be saying that, you know what, I'm prepared to have a discussion with Sarah, and yet in the next breath, well, I'm telling you, and I'm going to look at the camera, and he's a coward, and he's blah, blah, blah." Brother, that's the reason why, not only would he not have a conversation with you, I would advise him not to have a conversation, because there is too much emotionalism in this, and then it's going to kick off. Nobody who's intelligent.
I agree with something you said. Look, I believe very, very clearly. Look, of course, what I give off on YouTube, of course I've got a personal life as well, and I am the boss of what I give off on YouTube and what I give off YouTube, yeah? Now, there is part of my personal life that many people don't know here, but that's fine. What I will say is this: a man who looks after his children and his family, his wife, the women in his family, he's a man. He is a man. No one says no. If Sarah does that, he's a man. You're a man for doing that. And I salute. What I will say is this: I promise you one thing. You know, on this point, Wallahi,
We don't know anything about him.
Hold on. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah expose me if I was the propagator, or I had anything to do with the propagation, or any knowledge on the phone calls or the threats or the emails or anything to do with the Sarah situation. However, he was audacious enough online to say it was Muhammad from Guidance Avenue that had, and do you know what's so funny about it? Wallahi, do you know the first time I heard about it was when it was said, when the accusation came my way. Not even when it happened, not when the crime happened, when the accusation was pointing at me. Bro, listen, as I just said, I'm on the camera, I'm saying again, Sarah, if you look after your family, you look after if you do have a wife and you look after your wife and you do have children and you look after them, you're a man. Then for that, he's a man. The reason why I said, okay, listen. Did you know what I said, Gary? The reason why I said that guy is a coward is this.
Which is a precursor.
No problem. All right, he is. Because I don't know him personally.
You know the situation.
I will never ask a man's business to another man. From another man. No problem. I'll take your word for it. One thing I will say is this: look, the reason why I say he's a coward, and I'll still stand to say he's a coward. He's a man with his family.
Opinion.
The reason for that, bro, the reason that I say this is because the guy came with that ready to fight. Don't come with the camera on, turn it off, and then give me one in my face, and I'll give you my other cheek. Do that. Fight me like a man. Without the cameras, without the YouTube. If not, sorry, I don't mean to.
You're the one that made the threat, though, Tahi.
You're the one that made the threat. It aggravates me. No, I never made a physical
you
threat.
made
I
the
never
threat
made
to
a
him.
physical threat.
Brother, you did say
I
that.
never made a
Brother,
physical
you said
threat.
that.
I never made it. What did I say?
Saying it. You said that you deliberately called him out. Yeah, you deliberately.
When I called him out, what did I say? What did I say?
Sir, all I'm saying to you.
Big bro, what did I say? No, please. You said I made a physical threat. I made a threat, but it wasn't physical.
What was the threat then?
I said you make me feel like I'm gonna lash out. That could be verbal. It could be physical. Legally, it could be anything. All right, bro. Listen.
You read that in court.
No, but listen. If I went in court, if I said lash out, I couldn't mean verbally. Has he not lashed out verbally against me on videos? Has he not lashed out through writing on videos? Do you understand? So why physical when it comes to the Arab with the beard?
Hold on, 1 minute.
When it comes to the Arab with the beard, it's physical.
1 minute. Let me just say to you.
And then he puts out videos and he says I'm a coward.
Hold on, you need to
Say what you want to
calm down a second, yeah? Let me tell you also what you did, yeah, just so we're very clear, because you're saying that the man's a coward.
Yes.
You then went and you made a video, and you also gave him 3 options. You understand? This is what you did. I'm asking you if and when you do that, bearing in mind how it started, I'm saying, do you then as a Muslim say then with that behavior that you're following the Surat al-Mustaqim? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I'm just asking you.
No problem.
Yeah?
What I will say is,
you.
our Prophet, I'm going to ask you, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had intestines of animals thrown on him, he was spat on, he had stones thrown on him from the children by instruction of their parents, and he never retaliated the way I retaliated on something petty. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only give us the patience and the insight into being closer to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I am verily just a man, and I have not been given revelation from Allah. My heart was not cleansed when I was a child from Malaika, from the instruction of Allah, and I am not on the same level as Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, even from a grain. What I will say, bro, is that, as I said in the beginning, I am very, very clear to say that for me to have lashed out like that, I'm sure Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wouldn't have done it. Yeah?
But sir,
so
you made a video.
I just addressed you.
Yeah, but you made a video.
Why did I do that?
But you know what
You know why I did that video? Do you know why I did that video?
No, it's not, you know.
I did that. You know, bro. I did that video.
Excuses.
Can I say something? Look, bro, the thing is this, look. This whole thing started between us and Sarah. And look what we're getting at.
No,
Look, where is he? Where is he?
I know you think it's Sarah.
Men are
but
fighting.
it's not
Men are
Sarah.
fighting for
It's
the
not
power.
Sarah.
Look,
Do you know
at
why?
least-
It's a free speech
Yes,
issue.
I understand.
Because I've seen people try to intimidate
I know.
Ty and disrespect Ty.
But can I just say
No, but
something?
hear me a second. Hear me.
Happens to me.
They tried
I don't keep calm.
they tried to intimidate and threaten physically Ty. Now say what
I've
you
never
like.
seen that, by the way.
No, but I have. Yeah, but say what you like about Ty. Ty has a very unique way of speaking. Is it my way? No, I'm just saying to you. So I know you can say Ty is rude, and you have a right.
Please, let's go.
No, but hold a second. I am leveling. No. He has a different way.
To be or not to be.
He
The guy's
has.
rude.
Let me tell you. Can I just say to you? For me, Ty's one of the brightest guys in the park. Now you might not see it. And you have a right not to see it. I'm telling you what I see. I think that Ty is 3 or 4 levels ahead of what anybody is in the park. I could only wish to have the knowledge that that guy has. Some people may say, well, we don't like the way in which he speaks. And I get that, because it's like Marmite. Either you like it, or either you don't. But what is it about Ty? We have never seen Ty threaten anybody. We've never seen him, just give me 10 seconds please, Ty. We've never seen him physically threaten anybody. We've never seen him intimidate anybody. So why then was somebody like Ty threatened? I know you think this is about Sarah, but it's not. It's about free speech. Because when somebody like Ty has to say to me, look, if you attack me, then my sons will come down here and it will carry on. We all know that's not how Ty speaks. So what is it that put Ty in that position that Ty had to say that? So it's not just about Sarah.
You're
it's
talking about the
anybody.
issue with Mohammed Hijab now.
No. I'm
That
just
video.
speaking generally.
That's what you're talking about.
I'm speaking. No, Taib. I'm speaking generally that it's not about Sarah. It's about the issue of free speech within the confines of Speaker's Corner.
Can I say something? I think let us just end it on a note that I think we all agree that we're not going to agree on the issue of free speech. That's clear, at least. At least I hope that we are in agreement that if there was any previous grievance between us,
Enmity.
hopefully, or enmity, at least from our side.
There was none from me.
Okay, that's fair enough.
There was none from me.
At least that we know where we all stand. That I hope that we can continue in peace from now on.
Sure, but-
That from now on, if I hear something, I put it on camera as well. If I hear anything from you or Sarah, which I deem to be slanderous or which I deem to be insult,
You're with the in-person off camera.
I will walk away. I will not listen to Sarah. In fact, I will make it clear now that I will keep my distance from Sarah because I believe he will not change. I believe he won't change. And I don't believe that we should ask you guys to get him to change because he won't change anyway. Fair enough. So let's just end it
He
there.
said that after all of the offence.
Let us just
offence forward. Then he says, I do you,
let
I do
us,
me, you do
Mohammed,
you.
let
After
us
he
just
sat.
end on that note that we agree to disagree and that there was any previous grievances, we squashed that and we made peace. Although maybe BigBro said that there was nothing to make peace in the first place, but I believe that I apologize for my wrongdoings I did against BigBro or anyone that took offense to what I said. That hopefully maybe this can be a catalyst for any future agreement between us and Sarah. Maybe he can, if he watches this, that he knows that the best way to say what you want is not by insulting, it's how you say it. I hope if he watches this, he learns this. Because you might have the right to say some things, but sometimes it's better that you at least adjust the way you say things for the greater good. The same way BigBro does it, the same way you do it, the same other brothers do it. That we know that we have a right to say something, however, for the greater cause, not to cause offense to our fellow human beings, we adjust it slightly. And we can still say what we want, we can still critique, but we adjust it.
In
This
addition
is
to this
wisdom.
now,
It's
in
wisdom.
addition to this now, let me say something. Wallahi, it's not for justification of my actions. Wallahi, it's for, as you said, free speech in the park and for the overall image of the park. Inshallah, if Sarah is watching this, bro, please, I invite you kindly to reconsider, to come down to the park and speak to me off camera. If you don't want it off camera, we can do it on camera and it will be
Well, I
free
can
of...
tell you now, that's not going to work. Because when I said to you, you're up, down, up, down, up, down,
Yeah,
up,
it's not gonna
down, up,
happen.
down.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not going to happen.
Then he shouldn't have,
But
then he
you know
shouldn't
what
have
the problem
aggravated
is?
his sleeping lion.
Well, can I just say to
You
you?
shouldn't have aggravated his
We have
sleeping
to,
lion.
there's more than one lion. There's more than one lion in the world. You understand? Yeah. There's more than one lion in the world. Let me tell you
But the
that.
one that poked me was
Let me
not.
tell you. Let me just say to you. We've all been.
I'm saying that, but then you're saying he will definitely say no.
No, but you see,
If he carries on putting videos about me online, like,
I said to you, what I said to you,
what is this like?
what I said to you is that if I spoke,
Okay, let's end it.
I
Let's end
spoke
it.
to my brother, if I spoke to my brother and I said, and my brother said to me, should I speak to Hamtawid? I would say no. And the reason why is because I've not seen anything from you here today that would conclude me to say, go there. And I'll tell you the reason why. Not because you're a coward or he's a coward. I do not want this guy to put his marriage at risk. Yeah? Now, hear me a second. I don't want him to put his marriage at risk, his statement of a father at risk by coming down and dealing with juvenile, dealing with juvenile behavior. Sir, let me just say to you, you already have a problem. It's not going to happen.
You can search me for weapons before I go
It's
to
got nothing to do with that.
I'll even lift my tongue. See if I've got a blade under my
That's the
tongue.
reason why. Your reaction
I said I'll talk to you away from the car.
Your reaction.
You can stand, you can be there as a mediator, vigilator.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm saying I'm here to promote peace.
trained fighting for 20 years. You don't feel all that shit.
Sorry.
Come on, guys. You can stop saying you're going to search you.
Listen, guys.
Come on now.
Guys,
That's
come on. Listen,
What I'm saying,
any man with two fists can fight. Okay, we're not saying that. Of course he can fight.
that's the quality of the fight.
Look, guys.
Otherwise anybody could fight
He said
McGregor.
he's going to rip my heart out of my chest. We haven't
Anybody
addressed
can fight
that.
Mayweather.
One thing. We didn't address that. No, you see that, bro? Sorry, big bro. One thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Last thing.
Bro, he made a death threat against me. He did. He made a death threat against me. How? And I'm still standing here saying.
In response to what?
In response to me saying, come and talk to me, I'll confront you. But it wasn't. I never made a physical threat against him.
Leave it there.
I never.
Leave it there. Leave it there. Look, guys.
Even till now, I never made a physical threat against him.
Mohammed, leave it
no
there.
problem, no problem.
Guys,
As I said to you, no, 1 minute please, yeah? 1 minute. As I said, yeah, me too, I'm going to go over a bit. As I said to you, I'm very shocked, but
what I'm saying.
I'm going to tell you, because I'm not a hypocrite, yeah, and I'm going to tell you to your face, you understand, you need to learn to control yourself. Because you see, real bravery, give me something, real bravery isn't a lion going down and tearing up everybody. I'm telling you,
attacked one person in the park.
Sir, hear me a second.
So to say that is quite...
Hear me a second.
quite deceiving.
And I've told you that, like, I've seen you being disrespectful to 3 or 4 people in the park on video. But just take my advice when I say to
Can you
you...
please tell me who they are and bring them?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Just hear me a second.
No problem, okay.
Give me a second. All I'm telling you is, you don't have to take this on. You don't have to take this on board. I always say this, even to my friends. Yeah, if I'm going to say something, I said I'm going to say it once, and then that's it. I'm going to walk away, and then afterwards, whatever happens, happens. But I'm telling you this: even if you go back and you look at this video, yeah, today, because I thought, and I didn't like some of the stuff that Hamid said. I just didn't. Yeah, I didn't. So I came down here to confront that, to deal with that. However, after being here today, yeah, I've now realised that Hamid is not the problem. Yeah, that's the truth. You understand? In part, I believe that you are. And one of the reasons why... No, hear me. No, you'll understand. No. Give me a second and then you'll understand what I'm saying. Hear me. No, hear me. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. What I mean by that is that there is nothing wrong with having that vigor and that zeal for what you believe in. Nothing wrong. Everybody would want someone to have that vigor and to have that zeal. But whatever you say is going to be lost in the fog because of your up and down character. Now, one of the reasons why, because even when you watch the video, like you were this 1 minute, then you were this 1 minute, then you were this 1 minute, then you were this. And let me just say to you, one of the reasons,
I'm just smiling.
let me just tell you this 1 second. One of the reasons why I'm not going to condemn you, is the same reason why I said I wouldn't condemn Mohammed Hijab. And you know the reason why that is? Is because you're young. You understand? And when you're young, you sometimes have that vigor. I'm not trying to be funny. You sometimes have that vigor and that fight. Let me just say, if I was going somewhere and I knew I was going to have an argument, and I could bring a dozen men with me who's 40, or a dozen men with me who's your age, I'd bring a dozen men with me who's 40. You know the reason why?
They can reason and they're
That's
wise.
exactly right. With your age, because I was there. No, but you understand what I mean. In terms of that ignorance, nobody here wants to paint themselves as paragons of virtue. You understand? Because I certainly am not, by no stretch of the imagination, am I a paragon of virtue. However, I'm telling you this in terms of words of advice. You can give the most brilliant dawah to date in the park. Somebody then watches the upside down nature of the video and they say to themselves, do you know what, there's something which is not quite right. I actually think that Hamid, got it right, you understand? And he has now moved over to the winning side. And I'll tell you what I mean by that without being divisive. You know when somebody says that when I see Sarah from now on, I'm now going to go over there. If he's over there, I'm going to completely ignore him. There are some people in life, Mohammed, who rely on the oxygen, who rely on the oxygen of publicity to exist. You understand? And there is no existence without it. I'm saying that if Sarah is over there, he has a right to say what he says. But if you are nowhere near him, if people who believe as he believes are nowhere near him, who then is he going to be speaking to? I'm just asking you. So you might think this is an attack, but if you're clever, when you go on and watch the video, you'll realise that this is not an attack at all. Yeah, this is a next brother. Yeah, this is a next brother. This is a next brother because let me tell you this. We all know, apart from the liars and the hypocrites who will say, yeah, we jailed, and if anything, go jail and blah, blah, blah. These guys, there's something seriously wrong with them. You understand? Because prison, despite what they tell you, is not a good place. It's not a decent place. It's a soul-destroying place. Why then would you want to put yourself in a position to go somewhere like that? You understand? It's nonsense. It's crazy. That's what I wanted to say.
Listen, I'll take your words of advice. Okay. Now, if I look a certain way, the one who I am actually worried about the way he sees me, first and foremost, is Allah the Exalted. And we'll see it. The judge. Now, you know what you were saying, bro, about the way I'm going up and down and the fact that I'm being very
over
emotional, for example, and maybe aggravational, provocative at the moment. Please note again, and I'll say it again, please note that, as I said, there was a time where Sarah was provoking, and I stayed quiet, I stayed silent, and he continued. So this, what you see of me now, is a result of many months. This thing between you and Hamid is only it's a moment. Sorry, it's a moment. This thing with me and Sarah is like a year, and he's actually weaned off this YouTube glamour. He's weaned off it to try and make an image with me. People know me just as much as they know that I give da'wah. They know me because of the Sarah situation, which I detest. I don't like it. And I've spoken to Sarah a number of times away from camera, and I said, Sarah, please, let me speak to you off camera. Oh no, you do you, I do me. Okay, if I do me and you do you, why are you then going back online and saying I'm a coward, saying I'm this, saying I'm that? Like, chill out, man. It's because he wanted something, big bro. Wallahi, I'm telling you, alright, I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. And I don't care saying it to you.
None of us are perfect.
I have no idea, thank you. But and I will take your advice. As an elder, I respect that and I take your advice. Because verily, we know even from hadith that Iblis himself spoke the word of haqq to recite Ayat al-Kursi from night until morning at one point, and there are variations of this hadith, and the symbolism behind it is to take truth wherever it comes from. It doesn't matter if it comes from a black-skinned brother, or an Asian brother, or a Muslim, or a kafir, or anything, it doesn't matter. If truth comes, you should accept it, and that's it. If truth is truth. Bro, I swear to God, wallahi, Allah knows best, I am not here for YouTube fame. I am here to call people towards the truth. I started this when I had a health condition. Sarah came and approached me, and he said, I will rip your heart out. It may have been a response
to what you said.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a response of what I said, and I never brought up a threat, physical. Wallahi, never ever did that.
It sounded like a threat, though.
No, maybe it's because I've got a strong personality. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. Another thing as well.
It sounded like a threat, though.
Another thing as well, yeah. Callum himself. When Sarah was over there and Sarah said, "Oh, you called me a bastard. Mind my language. You called me a bastard." And I turned to Callum and I said, "Callum, did you tell him I called him a bastard?" In the video I said, "Did I call him a bastard?" Callum stayed quiet because he knows that I never said this. I said things that I've said on camera today. I said, "You're a homosexual. Bring the homo to me or the gay to me with YMCA," which is fine. All right, I said it. I'm saying that.
You can say free speech.
Listen.
All right, cool. Let me finish off. No, you're the peaceful one now.
No.
Go chill, drink your coffee.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Listen, let me finish it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Bro, listen. I've got nothing personally. Wallahi, I've got nothing personally against Sarah. It's the actions of a man that I detest. Just like you haven't got anything personal against me, it's my actions you detest, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know me well enough to know if you
No.
Thank you. It's the same thing. Likewise. I've got nothing against Sarah. It's the actions that I detest.
But when you can I just say the last thing here before we finish? When you're going to say somebody's a batty man, when you're going to say somebody's a batty man and somebody's a homosexual, you know what I said when they said that online, and I was actually being very sincere. I said that your language should be very careful, because Sarah was an actor 15, 16 years ago. Yet there are men in the park, who are batty men, who have had numerous men that they've slept with, and you lot defend them when they're down here giving dawah. So I've never understood that you can point your hands at Sarah, who is not a batty man, but you actually have batty man them down here. And don't get me wrong, I'm not attacking any of them down here. I have no right, you understand, to judge another man, you understand. I'm only mentioning it in relation to how you're seeking to judge Sarah. Sarah is a married, heterosexual man looking after his wife and his 2 children. You understand? He is not a homosexual, but they're everybody. He's not bisexual. You understand? He's a heterosexual man.
You're right. I disagree.
I
disagree with
you should apologize for saying that.
I disagree. To say what?
You should apologize for calling Sarah a batty man. That's what you should do. Let me tell you the reason why. Let me tell you. And you know the thing is, this does not take away from you, it doesn't take away from you. Just like me, I came down to the park and I...
It doesn't take away from you.
No, it doesn't take away from you. By apologizing...
Why didn't you bring him down?
Let's all leave it in person.
Bring him down here.
Away from the park.
Here.
And you can strip search us. But you can search us.
The point I wanted to make was a serious point.
Why would he not talk to us about it? Why not? If you're a mediator.
Listen,
the point. I'll tell you why.
The 4 of us in front of the camera, we'll sort all this.
And you be a mediator.
You know the thing is,
you can be the arbitrator if you want.
As I said,
you can be the
I
arbitrator.
do not have any social media accounts And if you remember, I said that I don't actually like the whole filming shit. Yeah, Leon and them will tell you, I refuse. They've asked me, AR-23, everybody has asked me. I've got 2 speaking engagements out of Hyde Park. Yeah, one in Seattle, one in New York. You understand? I will speak there.
I saw you in the Grenfell Tower as well.
Yeah, when I was at the Grenfell. The point that I'm making is that most people misunderstand people like myself. People like myself have seen what it's been for people who look like me, my skin color, our experience in this country. That anger that we see doesn't come from out in the clear blue sky.